Hi guys, welcome to my channel, All Things Most Fabulous. My name is M to the U to the S-A, honey. It means grace. Yes, that's what it means. Yes, baby girls and baby boys, whoever you are. We are currently busy with a beautiful series in August, which we are focusing on women. Women that have inspired me, women that are still inspiring me. Obviously, I can't fit everyone, right, in the weeks because I'm releasing a video every single week, right? And thank you to those that have subscribed. Yo, my numbers. See as new guys, yabulela. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you to all the people that have commented. I see your comments, I've read them, I've responded, and let's continue to have a conversation in terms of real life stories, because that's what it's all about. I think this channel has been just that, creating a platform where you get to know your friends.
Yeah.
You know, get to know the people that you hang around with, because that's what I've made it to be. So that other people can start to have a conversation as well with other people, you know, with issues that are related to topics that we discuss here on Most Fabulous. Okay, without further ado, I want to keep this interview as
short, I was told.
No, she was not told, because the last time we tried to do a video, guys, it probably ended up for 2 hours.
She exaggerates.
No, you exaggerate.
It was that at the end.
Okay, so we see where this is going. So guys, bear with us. If it's more than 45 minutes, hang in there. This is going to be like life-changing. It's a good story about Pumeza's life and what she's going through and all of that. And this week we are focusing health, right? Yes. So the scripture that we're going to read today is 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7, and it reads, "For we live by faith, not by sight." Such a beautiful and short scripture, but literally, stick around. You do not want to miss what this lady is going to share with us. So, Miss Thing,
yes.
Welcome to Most Fabulous.
Hi, peeps.
So we both a little bit crazy.
Not ready.
Forgive us.
Yeah.
Forgive us.
Okay, we're back now.
So who is Pumeza?
Oh wow, Pumeza is an introvert.
Sorry.
Introvert. You see,
I know
Musa?
the other side of
I'm
her.
the opposite of Musa.
Wow.
So I'm an
What is
introvert.
that supposed to mean?
She's an extrovert, I'm an introvert. So yeah, I'm an introvert.
Okay.
And I like to observe people, but I do have another side where I like to ask a lot of questions. So I'm very curious. Yeah.
She's the 5-year-old in your house
Yeah.
that asks
Why?
everything. Why? Why did you decide to
How?
do that? How? Like, it's good. You know, and sometimes I thought, Pumeza, give me a break. But as I sit and think about it, like, it's good because you're making me think as well.
Yeah.
But Anyani, why am I doing this? You know, the last video that I did with the maths, like we were talking business, and her thinking or her perspective in terms of business is that why? You always need to know your why. Why are you in the business? Why are you opening up a business? Why are you doing what you're doing? You know? So I think that question is very vital. You know, so you're not out of place, my friend.
Yeah.
So
I'm okay. This is how God made me. So okay.
Yes, honey.
Live with it.
And tell us, how did you grow up? Like, why are we here? We're talking about health. I think let's just start from your childhood and bring us to a place of
My story.
Your story.
Okay. I'm a Christian. Not really like from childhood, but anyways, from childhood, I'm a twin. Hi, Pumeza.
Hi, Pumeza.
I have I have 2 nephews. Hi, boys. They'll be
Mama
watching.
D. Here's Mama D.
And I stay in Gugulethu, Cape Town. And yeah, I mean, me and my sister, we weren't allowed to play outside, so that's how we became. We're both introverts. People think I'm the wild one, but not really. She sometimes is a wild one for the both of us.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, we stayed at home. Weren't allowed to play with other kids. People think now actually that we are stuck up, but they don't even
you don't
know
want to
us.
associate yourselves with other
But I
kids.
mean, Sana, that's how we grew up. People don't know us that much because we weren't allowed to play with them. But okay, anyways. So yeah, that's how we grew up. I have a younger brother, and 2 cousins. Well, there's 10 of us. My grandmother's kids, grandkids. So there's 2 girls and 8 boys. Sure. Well, men, sort of. Well, some of them are men, some of them are not yet men, but yeah.
Okay. So, I think to go into your story, we're talking about your sight. Because as it says in the scripture, you're walking by faith.
Not by sight.
Not by sight.
Yeah.
That is literally your verse on a daily basis.
Yes.
Why is it your verse and how did it start?
Okay, my sight loss happened about 10 years ago. 10 years, whatever. In 2009, it happened.
Yes, it's 10 years.
Yes, 10 years. So 29, I was minding my own business. Well, I had a cough. My great uncle was staying with us at home. He was recuperating. So I started coughing. Then my family was like, oh, okay, you need to go test yourself because in case you have TB or whatever. So I was like, oh, I don't have TB. But anyways, I just went to the clinic to shut them up. Yeah, I mean, Sana, every day, like, well, we can't even cough now. But like, oh, Sana, TB. Like, Sana, I don't even have TB. I knew it in my bones, but okay, whatever. So I went to the clinic. I had a book. I was reading a book when I was going to fetch my results for the TB test. So I was reading my book there. And then something happened. Just boom, grey, everything's grey. I can't see the book, can't see the words, can't see anything. I was like, okay. My sister told me a week ago, was like, you read too much. I was like, Sana, is that a thing? What is like read too much? Like whatever. So I mean, hello, I'm building my vocab here. So like, okay, whatever. I read too much. I closed the book, put it in my bag, and then I got my results. So like, still a bit weird with the sight because like, I couldn't see much. So okay, I did have spectacles at the time, but they weren't as thick as these ones. So I was like, okay, maybe my prescription is finished. So I just I made an appointment that week to go to see an optometrist. So before my optometrist appointment, I walked into a still pole. That's when I realized, okay, something's really wrong because I didn't see the still pole. I mean, it just came out of nowhere. You know that ad, that My Way ad, where that old granny is driving and this tree comes up and just in front of you. I felt like that still pole just came out of nowhere. And I knocked it. It knocked me down and I fell on the floor. Like I was seeing up, like, Sana, what just happened? Then people say, oh, didn't you see the still pole? I was like, Sana, what still pole? So like really scared now, okay, something's really wrong. Yeah. It's like at the back of my mind, okay, I just need to change spectacles. So I was like, really, I can't deal with this now. So we went to the optometrist. He checked me out. He said, okay, we've checked every lens that I have. So I'm gonna write you a referral letter for you to see an ophthalmologist. What's an ophthalmologist? And he said he's an eye specialist. So okay. So he wrote me a letter. I went to Hotescare, went to see them. Didn't have to make an appointment because it wasn't the first time. Just went there, they checked me out, and then they said on the day that I was going blind, I was like, I literally pinched myself. I was like,
How do you go?
this is not
Like,
happening.
yeah.
Like pinching myself. Did I
I mean,
just
from anxiety of going
did
to
I
find
just
TB
hear
and
you that I'm
Yo.
going blind at 23? For goodness sake, I was like, Sana, you don't know what you're talking about. Clearly failed at school. So like, Sana, I need someone else to check my eyes, and then someone else who's higher check my eyes. And it's like, oh, Sean, like, how old are you? He's like 23. He's like, oh, we have a condition called retinal detachment. At the back of your eyes, your retinas, instead of being attached to your eye, they are floating. I'm sure that knock at the station made it fly, because now it was shriveled up. It's not even like round, it's shriveled up.
Yeah.
It's totally damaged. It was like, okay. Then I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to tell my family this? I was like,
Sure.
So it was quite hectic. So yeah, that was how it all started. My visual impairment story.
That is insane.
Yep. One day
You can see and
you
the
can
next...
see, and then there's nothing.
Sure.
Couldn't see my face, couldn't see my hands, couldn't see my feet, couldn't see my family's faces. Zilch. My spectacles help. Thank you, Frederick Jansen. Yeah, that's how I see now. Yeah.
But I mean, the journey, you said it started 10 years ago.
Yeah.
From 2009, what has been your help?
That's easy. Jesus. Yeah.
Like,
been my
just give us
helper.
like an example, because it's easier for you to say Jesus because you have a relationship
Yeah.
with Jesus. And some of the viewers sometimes, if viewers, let's say they don't have a relationship with Jesus like you do, and they are in the same situation or the same boat as you, and they feel helpless at this point. Like, what is your...
Don't get me wrong.
What is your step?
I was helpless too. I was in a mess. I mean, that year I was graduating. Imagine, that year I went to my graduation, I could not see. I had already done my one operation on my right side. I couldn't see anything. I didn't even want to go to the stupid graduation because, like,
What's the point? You're not going to say anything. That's how it probably
I
felt.
couldn't even read my name on the seat of my chair. I didn't even enjoy the whole graduation experience because I was just sitting there praying, oh Lord. I took out my iPad and was like, oh Lord, please, I don't want to make a fool of myself and fall and trip up the stairs because I cannot see them. Because when we had the pre-graduation thing, they told us everything, rehearsal, whatever. And then I actually went, after they had done, I went to the stairs because I wanted to count how many stairs there are. Because I was like, I'm going to make a fool of myself and my family doesn't understand. I was like, I don't want to do this. But okay, I went. Yeah, it was hectic. I mean, I would pray, like, literally, as the Bible says, pray without ceasing. I was praying without ceasing. Every second of the day, I was like, Lord, how am I going to do this? You said you're not going to leave me, you're not going to forsake me. I need you right now. I need to feel your presence. Literally, I'm not going to accept anything less. And God showed up. He showed up because I asked him. He says, we have not because we ask not. So I literally took him at his word.
I mean, I think I'm still getting my head around the fact that 1 minute you can see, and the next minute they tell you there's something wrong with your eyes, and you're like literally going blind.
Yeah.
You know? But what was your support? Except for Jesus, obviously, you said Jesus was your everyday support, right? So, your surroundings, people around you, was there a group that you were part of? Your family, how did that support from your family go? Um,
I,
Work-wise, so I think let's just start with that. Did you have support group or like family members? Were they there?
my family, they were there, but they didn't actually understand
What you were
how
going
I was
through.
going through, because I mean, they can't imagine how I'm going to walk and I can't see the floor. I mean, that you know the floor is there, but you can't see it, so it's scary. And you think of how you take things for granted, how you take your sight for granted. I mean, I would envy people reading a book,
Sure.
like something so
Because that's you
simple.
love doing.
It's
You
something
used to love doing.
simple, like even like cutting my nails, guys. I couldn't do anything. Like,
So who
I
supported
couldn't.
you at that time?
I mean, my family would cut my nails. They would do stuff for me. They would get me stuff to wash, and then a few months after that, okay, now you need to stop being lazy and like work. You need to go cook. And that first day, they ate food that was totally raw because
Oh man.
I thought it was cooked, but yeah, you learn some
Why did you
skills.
taste it? You must use your other senses.
No, kaloku this time, guys, it was all new and fresh,
Yeah,
more.
of
So I didn't know what to do.
Of course.
So I just cook, and then I was like, also I'm like up close to the pots because I can't see. So I burned myself. I was like, okay, I'm not doing that again. So it was a learning process and everything. So yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
So were you deemed as disabled?
Not
Take us through that
Not
journey.
as yet. I went to support groups. I went to CTSB. I went to League of Friends of the Blind, and League of Friends of the Blind, they came to me to see how I live. Sorry. And then they said the guy actually he came once and never came back again. I was actually shocked by his about the whole experience, how he handled everything. He was actually shocked to see me because, like, I don't know what he expected, but when he saw me, I was like, "Oh, really? You can't see?"
He didn't believe you.
I was like, "What does a person who has a visual impairment look like? I mean, really?" Anyways, he did the assessment, everything. I had to literally show him that I cannot tie my shoes. Like, how do I do this? So that I can be part of the program where they do the environment, where they show you how to count steps and all that stuff, and also show you how the money and all that stuff. But okay, I didn't do that. Everything that I know now is self-taught because he never came back, guys. But yeah, I forgive him. But it's okay. Jesus was there. He taught me everything. Yeah. So I had to learn everything that I know now. Yeah.
Were you working at the time?
At the time, yes, I was working for MTN. Yeah. Because when I came back from my op, he said he had a meeting in his car. I was like, so I don't know what to do with you. I was like, what do you need? So I'm like, well, I don't understand because I was actually not really aware how my life had changed because I was just moving on as if nothing had happened. It was like, okay, life is gonna carry on, but remember, I can't see. So I was like, came back, so do I fire you? I was like, son, fire me. I'm ready to sue you. I was like, Pumeza, no, you don't do that. I mean, you haven't even seen my performance and you're ready to fire me. You can't do that. So I had to memorize everything, like off by heart, and know what to do so that I could perform because we had to eat at home because I was the breadwinner. So yeah.
Yeah. So you're currently working now?
Yeah, I'm working now.
Okay, don't have to mention where you're working. But I mean, how did that journey go? Knowing that you went there and you were blind, and how did it start?
Yeah, okay. So obviously I worked for MTN for about 1.5 years and then I left. And so because I just needed something challenging, so I left in 2010, around March or so. Yeah. So okay, now I've graduated, so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna find a job somewhere. So I thought, okay, let me go look for a computer, like a job where I can work in an office. So I did some research, applied for positions, went on interviews, but when I had to go do the computer test, girl cannot see the computer. I was like, okay. I literally remember when I went for this computer assessment interview once. So I passed the first interview. So I had to go to do the computer ones. Okay, computer, I cannot see the keyboard, I cannot see the screen. So okay, I'm not gonna do this. So I stood up.
And you left.
I left. Cause like, okay, I need to change my life now. That's when I realized I need to change and see how people with visual impairments or even people with a disability live, because I cannot
you have to educate yourself.
Yeah, I had to find out, okay, because I didn't know anyone with a disability. So like I had to find out. I Googled and in search of, okay, what do people with disability, I knew that there was that 2% quote that government or even companies had to meet, because okay, I knew there were people with disabilities. Okay, they have to be somewhere. Anyway, I just need to find them and befriend them and just observe how they live their lives, so that I can emulate that and just move on with my life. So yeah, then I met with an organization called Disabled People South Africa. That's when I met these wonderful ladies who, I was shocked.
Yeah.
Professionals, they have everything that you think. As a person, I used to think that people with disabilities only have a grant. So there was this mind shift. So I saw all these people who are professionals, who have cars, who have houses, who have kids, who are married, who have everything. They just have this other one thing that makes them different, makes them different from other people. Otherwise, there's nothing different. They just live life differently.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to be there. Yeah. So that whole process made me accept my disability, and then that's how I declared myself having a disability. So and then I found out how people with visual impairments they work, because there's Zoom text. If you're blind, there's JAWS. The computer program reads out everything that's on the screen. So there's really nothing you cannot do. You just have this different program that lets you be able to do everything that everyone else can see on a normal size 12 font size. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that and educating us, because I feel sometimes we are just too in our own feelings, not minding what abanye abantu say. Just because you wear bags and I wear bags, I'm thinking our Pumeza is probably like same as me. Uyabona but akaboni. Jengam, ndiyabona but andiboni.
You think, okay,
we are in the same category.
So like,
you know what I mean?
In the same league.
And we're not. I remember the first time when we actually met. Well, not the first time. In the company that we both currently work in now, we're colleagues, and our manager at the time called me to say that you were crying, and she didn't know why you were crying, so I needed to go check up on you, right? And I got to the bathroom, and I asked you, "Are you okay?" And then you just started crying,
I was so depressed, guys.
And with Musa, I'll cry with you up until we're both done, and then we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the kind of person that I am. I'm emotionally like there, and I mean that was just our first time encountering or having a conversation with each other. And at that point in time, I remember you telling me that you don't know what's wrong with you. You just feel like you are emotionally all over the place, ne? And what were you going through at that time?
At the time, I was diagnosed as having depression.
Sure.
Remember, throughout this whole process, I'm just not internalizing things. I'm not walking through things. I'm just trying to find,
life.
okay, I need to get this hurdle off my back and then move on with life. So I didn't accept and work through everything that I was going through. And so when I had stopped working at MTN that whole year and a half, then that became the time when I was just, my body started telling me that my emotions, this is what's happening. Yeah. It started very small actually. It's like, okay, you know, when you're tired, it's like, okay, you can't sleep. So I just thought, okay, maybe I need something to do. I need to exercise or whatever just to get me like work. It's like, okay, no. Then it started being 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So okay,
sure.
I told my mother, well, I can't sleep properly. I think I need to go to the hospital just to see a psychologist or something. Why would you want to see a psychologist? But okay, it's fine. I went there, I told her everything, and then she said, if you're not sleeping, then you might suffer from depression. It's like, okay. But I didn't believe it then. But okay, whatever. I don't think so, but okay, whatever. So.
And that's the time where you were like.
That's the time.
Crying.
Because I only started realizing that I suffer from depression when I would shake, like literally, like my head would turn like this non-stop. Even my hands and my feet, my toes would be like this all the time. So then I realized, okay, I need to like work on my emotions, and then I saw a psychologist for a month. I went on Wednesdays. I had a mentor this time when I was doing this program with disabled women where I would train people with disabilities about their rights. So, and then I would tell them that I'm only talking on Wednesdays.
Why?
I was like, I just shut down.
On the other days, and you talked on Wednesday.
I let other people in on Wednesdays. I felt I was fake because on Mondays and Mondays to Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I would be like, have this fake facade on, where I'll be like smiling, but inside I'm not. Because even at work, I would not say good morning. I would just say good morning because I felt like there's nothing good about it. And I wanted to die. I had these thoughts about dying, and I mean, I was a Christian, so I knew that I'm not my own, so I would literally pray to cry. I mean, to say, Lord, take me home. I even moved out of home and went to stay with my aunt because I would have space there. She was living alone. So I would have space there to cry and just be, because when she was at work, I was there. So, and she would cook. She wouldn't say I'm lazy. I need to go cook. And I didn't want to. When you're depressed in that dark place, we don't want to do anything. We don't. Even washing is a huge thing. So I don't think I combed my hair for that year or so, because there's no energy for that. So yeah, I felt like I was fake. So I would cry every day. Every morning I would say I would cry because I woke up that morning. So it was really, really a dark place. Yeah.
Sure.
So that's when I mean I didn't even want to go to work because I was doing the leadership. So I didn't want to do it, but my money had ended, so I needed to get some money. So to earn some money, so
since you were the one that provided for your family that time.
that was not on. So I wanted to die. I prayed every day to die.
How did you get out of that space?
I mean, I did take antidepressants for about a year. So they helped me to sleep. Also, I prayed a lot at the Psalms. They were my friend.
What was your favorite song? The one that kept you alive?
There's so many. So many. I mean, when I couldn't pray, I would pray the Psalms where David is in that dark place. I would just cry. I mean, yeah, I would just...
On another day, you would know that you were fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yeah, that only happened a few years later, actually.
Sure.
So, yeah, that place, yeah.
How many years did it take
For about
to get you
2
completely
years.
out of it?
2 years.
2
Yeah.
years.
I mean, I did, 2 years. I mean, God asked me a question after that whole process, like, why is your soul so downcast? So
Sure.
I told him, like, Lord, I've been through dark waters here. So he's asked me, have I not been there for you? Like a promise that I will not leave you nor forsake you. I was like, Lord, you have been there. You have been my constant. You have been my rock. And I just cried out to him. And then I remember the next day I was so light. I think that's when my depression just
Started
lifted.
to slow
Yeah.
down and because you would
Just
have
so
that
it just
honest
came out of
conversation
that.
with God.
Yeah.
That's
And
super
I'm not saying that it's gonna be the same for everyone. So yeah, that's just how
You
I
dealt with
came
it.
out of it, and then obviously I weaned off the antidepressants after that.
Sure. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. And how are you doing now, progress-wise? How's your eyesight? Are you still working? Yes, of course, she's still working because
We're still
we're
colleagues.
colleagues. And I mean, it's so different. It's like for her compared to Muna. As I said before, same eyesight problem, but hers is worse, right? To a point that she's declared blind. And I remember there was a time at work which really hurt me. There was a time at work where they stole your magnifier.
Yeah.
Was it a magnifier?
It was a really cute pouch. So they thought probably it was a camera or whatever. So, and then I knew where I put it. So people tend to say, oh, okay, you can't see, so you probably like misplaced it. I hate that. Ugh, really, but okay, whatever.
I actually
I forgive
keep in mind.
people.
I want you to actually tell us what your pet peeves are. But
I
not
hate
now.
that. Yeah.
Not now.
Not now.
Tell us, how did you feel at that point in time when they stole your magnifier?
I was helpless because
That's what made you.
that's what
help
made
to
me
really-
see. And at that particular magnifier had a light on, so it would, if my light at the office was not sufficient, then I would take that magnifier and put the light on, and then it would to magnify the page, and it would also give that extra light that I needed. So that helped a lot with my work. So when they stole it, I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not going to do this. So I want answers.
Where is it?
I don't care if someone took it, they must bring it back or not. The company must replace it. So
Did they?
I was going through that whole process. No, it came back. The
Oh.
Nyangas are English.
Nyengezad.
They put it
They put it
somewhere.
there, like to make make as if she
they
was the
put
one that
it
was
on the
in the
drawer,
wrong.
guys. It never stayed on the drawer. Like really now. They said, "Oh no, you can't see, so you just probably put it there and then you forgot to wait." It's like
People are
whatever.
nice.
But yeah, I forgive them.
I think before we get to the question that I've already asked about where are you now, what are your pet peeves? But what are the things that irritate you to a point when just use your brain or ask if you don't know?
When people make decisions that think that they know but they don't, they just assume. No, I don't like that because you don't know.
Yeah.
I won't be offended if you ask me. Not at all. I will tell you this is what their case is, and that's it. And then you would work from knowledge, not assumption. So yeah, I don't like that. And when I tell you something that this is where my phone is, and you say, "Oh no, it's not there," and it's not there now when I'm looking for it, you say, "Oh no, you can't see." So are you sure you put it there? Son, am I drunk? Okay, whatever. Yeah, and when people say, "No, we can't wear heels because we're gonna fall, it's not safe," it's like, Sana, my father made the earth. I'm his daughter. I'm gonna fall. I mean, I used to fall, but that was
Not
the
anymore.
season, but not anymore.
And she rocks them, honey.
Yeah.
She rocks them heels. She looks bomb. Okay. And people, I think that's why people doubt.
Yeah.
Most of the time, because you do ordinary, like
I mean, it's the
ordinary
Lord,
things,
guys.
but you are extraordinary.
It's the Lord.
Yeah. So, what is the progress now? Tell us where you are now.
I'm at work, studying my honors, doing corporate governance.
What's that?
Corporate governance, it's you advise directors on what to do and what not to do. That's
Honey,
the
right.
most basic I can
Say it.
say it, yeah. And yeah, there's other elements to it, but yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I mean, my side this year has been like hectic. It has drastically reduced. So obviously I've been going through that as well. Yeah, just surrendering everything to the Lord, and trusting Him that He knows everything, and He's been sustaining me, and He will sustain me and continue doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, not only I ask this just for me, but for people that know you, right? That will be watching this. I cry. What can I do to help?
Just support me. And whatever, if I ask you for help, I mean, it's a huge thing. Sometimes, even now with the site that's been dropped, so there are things that I'm learning now that I used to do for the past 10 years that I can't do. So sometimes I might be in a shell shock space with like, Pumeza, what's going on with you? Like, that's in that space that I can't do this now. So I'm still learning. And if I ask you to do something, please do it. I mean, sometimes it's hard to ask for help because
you were used
to doing this in a specific way. Now it's changing. So that's been a hard place for me to be in because I don't know what to do. So just the Lord reminding me on just to lean on Him, and just to trust Him more. Sure. And also me trusting other people more, and ask for help.
Yeah. So I'll be waiting for your please help.
Yeah.
I know I'm here for you, buddy.
Yes.
And she's my prayer partner, guys.
Yeah, guys.
We started
you know that day when I
day.
cried and then we prayed together, so that helped. So that's when we started praying together.
And that was 6 years ago.
7 years.
7.
In August, 7 years.
Yay!
Yes.
So 7 years ago, we've been meeting every single day to pray.
Yeah.
Not
Wow. No,
every
every
day.
day.
There was a season we were like,
guys,
because we were so busy at work,
hectic.
and God spoke to both of us, and then we came together like, okay,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
hectic.
it's time. It's time to come back. Let's regroup.
The
Let's
Lord
regroup.
was rebuking
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah.
No, like both of us.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that we're back in that space.
Cool.
And yeah, thank you for always being the person that you are.
And you too, friend.
And always praying for me and my family and considering
You do
other
the same
people.
for me.
I know. But what's amazing is that you always consider other people before you, which is it is unfair, but that's the person that you are, and I appreciate you. I really do, and continue to teach me, because I'm also oblivious sometimes. I'm pregnant every other year. Sometimes I forget. I mean, for times that I've mistreated you unknowingly, forgive me for those times, because those are the times where you think, oh, we've hanged around together like for so long, and Pumeza, no mango, I mean, God, you've been dealing with this woman, and there's so many things that we've been through together, and there's so many things that we know of each other that no
I
one
love you. Yeah, guys.
So yeah, thank you and thank you and thank you and thank you for opening up your heart to the people out here, and telling your love story, because that's your love story. That's your love letter. I guess to your children as well. That you should never take your situation and make it a situation that you think you cannot get out of. You're not out yet, but you're living as if you're out of it. You're teaching me quite a lot, and I really do appreciate it. And each and every milestone that we've been through together, thank you for that. And yeah, but one thing that you haven't taken me to, though, is a function.
What function?
Like of disabled people. You go to these functions, you come back the Monday, you're like, oh, we went to this awards, oh, we went to this, and you're like, I'm like, buddy, or a party, or whatever.
I haven't been there.
For quite a while. Okay.
Well, I'm coming back, guys.
Okay. So for
yeah,
next
this
time.
season, next time.
And please also, like in this season that you are in again, find a person.
There is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because for me, it's like, buddy, you're going through this again.
There is.
Who are you talking to? Well, except for me. But who is it that you are talking to that can be able to drive and help and
church,
do?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Woo! That was a session.
Yeah. Hopefully it's enough now, guys. Like, I was told not to talk a lot, but hey, it's
She's lying. But guys,
see you next time.
Yeah. It's been this episode for me is actually the most touching. Like, for me to actually hold back tears and be strong in front of you guys is because I always cry.
Yeah, please, because I was on the journey.
Yeah, so we.
I feel like crying today.
We can't be about that life.
No,
like
know,
she put
people
perfume.
like churches also like those girls always crying.
She put perfume right before we
guys.
did this video.
I was so nice with the people. Sad, Gary.
I'm like,
she doesn't understand this.
No, you honey.
Smell you guys, you see my swag here.
Yeah, I know she's full of it. She's full of it. So yeah, thank you so much once again.
Yeah, guys.
And thank you to everyone that is watching these videos and being inspired. Thank you for people that always like have my back and be like, hey Musa, lighting Yako was like not so great in this video. Thank you. I see you. I love you for that. And for people that always encourage me that I'm doing well, and I love you for that. The fact that I have honest people out there and looking out for me and wanting this whole community to grow. Let's continue to support each other and love on each other and support disabled people, guys. Whether you see them on the streets, whether you know of one,
Ask if you can help first. Don't just take the hands and. But yeah, I see you people. There are people that are watching that have not subscribed.
Do that, honey.
Yes. And click on the notification.
Yes,
somewhere.
The bell.
Yeah.
Subscribe, click on the notification bell, comment. We would like to hear your views. Are you in this situation? Have you been in this situation? Do you know someone that is in this situation? And what is it that you are doing? You know, I think let's just make a pledge. What is it that you can do from today onwards, or by the time you receive this Lenduka, this video? What is it that you can pledge for yourself, Yabona, to do in order for you to help out abantu disabled out there? Like, it's critical that people we do help each other. Yes. Sorry.
Other people will be
offended.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm very sorry. So yeah, let's help each other out and love on each other. Before this video goes to an hour.
We were all made in God's image.
That's right.
Yeah. She's going to close now, guys, because time is money.
Well, I don't get paid to do this.
I
just enjoy doing it.
I mean, like,
bye, guys. Wow. Love you.
See you later.
You're crazy. I still want to bring my plant in.
Wow, really?
Plant in. I wanted to keep this flower here because I feel like it is uncomfort. Like, Musa, it's okay, honey. Don't cry. And I'll be like, but yeah, thank you so much. This was awesome. Now let's eat. I made us very nice food. Because this girl can cook, honey. This girl can cook. Man. Shoot. Kunzima.